time in society as a transformation coach because I transformed my own life. So I went through every last one of these steps. Me, myself, in 2012, I had a mental breakdown. And in my mental breakdown, I was at the top of life in terms of assets and things that I accomplished, like owning several businesses throughout Chicago. As a matter of fact, throughout the United States, I had businesses everywhere. A restaurant down in Orlando. I opened up a business in Arizona. So I've always been doing what it is my environment taught me to do, which is Chicago. Hustle, grind, make it happen for yourself. But somewhere down the line, if you ask me, was I happy? I would start explaining, I drive a Maserati. I have my own boat. I have all the things in life, and I'm good like that. But when life went belly up for me and I had that moment with myself and that thing came down, I was on my way to one of my stores and I felt a strange feeling that morning. Got out the car, walked a half a block, left the car running and collapsed and went into a 5-day coma. Coming out of that coma, it was like a reawakening to life, but this time I saw myself. Now, since 2012, I have been an actual patient in the mental health hospital. So I was given the medicine. I'm a mental health advocate. 2 times I tried to suicide in life, due to the fact that me not understanding why life is turning upside down for me, but I'm dealing with the reality. And I did not take the medicine once I got out the last couple of times. But again, it left me with self-realization. It left me being self-aware. And now that I'm seeing the things that I never would have saw, it made me scared. It frightened me. It brought fear into my life. And so that began a new process. The book, I Am My Life Coach, was notes that I always took over the past 20 years that I actually wanted to give to my son when I leave this earth, filled with a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge. I didn't get a chance to give it to my older son because he just suicided in June. So I just lost the son to mental health, but again, as I continue to do this work and stand in the gap, it's really about how do we become mentally healthy. See, if we feed the mind what the mind desires, then we're using the mind the way that it was created to be used. But knowledge is just information. We trying to figure out how to use the mind to make choices and decisions that have created the circumstances and the places that we are living in right now. It was by your choices and decisions is why people are living in the circumstances that they live in. And no one knows, not even themselves, make another choice. Make another decision. But it's like you bottom out and you give up. So that's pretty much a little overview of, how we got to here. And that's why the book is called I Am My Life Coach, because coming back from nothing, losing buildings, and I had 3 uniform stores at that time in Chicago and all these other different businesses, I wasn't capable of managing what I had because now I was being called by a greater power to manage myself. And once that happened, I was shipped to California, one-way ticket, where I was down here basically in a whole new environment, learning life all over again. And that was just myself. And then I received the call to wake up in the dreams, being haunted, go back to Chicago with absolutely nothing. The same place that people laugh at me about, the same place that people in my mind, said I went cuckoo and crazy. It was all over the news. So people are familiar with my story because I was the laughing stock of the city that people couldn't see that I was hurting and trying to take my own life from me. But, we talking community over competition, but in the city, we like competition. So now when I came back, I had to unlearn, right? Everything, I didn't go no places I went new places and I did new things. Took me a whole year and a half. But once I started getting into my route, I had to use the same notes I wrote for my son was the same notes I had to read for myself. So he never got it. It was a son in me. It's a kid in me. We talking about the inner child that needs some inner healing, and that was me. I didn't get it in the church. I didn't get it in the schools. I didn't get it by my single mother. I didn't get it by nobody. I got it inside of me. What I was looking for was really